We're delighted to have in studio tonight Frank Martin, the head basketball coach at Kansas State University. And man, I tell you, what a way to get the summer off with all this expansion talk. What's your take on all this? Are you surprised about it? How do you feel?
Not surprised. Just the landscape of collegiate sports and football driving everything. I mean, football broke off from the NCAA and created their own championship. So I'm never surprised. But at the same time, I'm happy that the Big 12 fought, that schools fought for what's important in collegiate sports, which is this atmosphere that we have in the Big 12. Where you have the rivalries and the ability for the students to carpool and ride into the different towns in our league and go support K-State and or whatever school they attend. And I'm happy that we fought to preserve what exists, to give other people hope that they can fight for their league so we can keep college sports the way it is.
Well, you know, Frank, when I look at this, I mean, money is the driving force in everything, and it almost destroyed this conference. Do we have an issue here, do you think?
I don't think so, Jack. I think it's what we went through was healthy for our league. I think going through adversity, going through situations where you're forced to communicate, to force you to understand how important it is to coexist with your partners. I think all that did was unite our league.
Is there any animosity then against Missouri? I mean, everybody kind of thought Missouri, everybody's attacking Missouri. Missouri started this whole thing.
I can't speak for other people. I
don't?
No, I don't. I'm all for people looking to make things better for themselves. I think this is America. We all have that right to make things better. There's nothing wrong with looking. A lot of times when you go look somewhere else, you realize that where you got home at is a heck of a lot better than what you thought. And hopefully that's what happened with the whole scenario for Missouri.
You know, I've looked at a lot of preseason publications, and most of them have the Kansas State Wildcats in the top 10, maybe the team to beat in the Big 12. I see where you're ranked number 5 in the nation. You like that? Do you like that billing this early?
If we got an experienced group of guys like we got now, I feel more comfortable about it. And but it's also it's a lot better to be there than to not be in the conversation. When you're not in the conversation, it's harder to creep into the conversation. And I think this gives our kids hope that all the work that they've put in over the last 3 years goes to show them that they're doing things the right way, that what we're doing is working. Now that's our challenge. Now we've been out of the rankings, and we've had some success to allow us to get into the rankings. Well, now it's about staying there.
All right, you got 3 starters coming back. You've got 10 lettermen coming back. You've got some big players coming in. How about Esprilla? Is he going to be okay? Is he fitting into the program, or where's he stand?
He's great. He's got to get in shape. Didn't play this past year, and got a little out of shape. But that's what this great being in summer school is great, because by the time the summer's over, he's going to be a lot closer to being in shape than he would have been if he never would have attended summer school. So, but he brings a dimension to us that we haven't had, which is a big. Luis Colon was a big, strong guy inside, but offensively, it wasn't something that was there for him. Freddie is a very talented offensive player, and just as big as Luis from a physical standpoint, probably bigger. With a very good skill set as far as his offensive ability to score and pass the basketball.
Won 29 games, the most ever at Kansas State University, and you've won over 70 games in 3 years. You must be a hot topic right now. If people come after you, have you had any bites there, people trying to lure you out of Manhattan?
When we were starting to get towards the end of the season, and John Curry and myself, we had gone through the year and continued to communicate about a contract extension. I was starting to get feelers through third parties about schools that would possibly be interested. And that's why when I made the decision to sign the extension that K-State was so generous in giving me the opportunity to sign that kind of a contract was such an emotional time for me, because 3-4 years ago, I know where I was at, and here I am 3-4 years later, and having choices to make, and you hope in life that you do your job and you do it well enough where you have opportunities and choices to make it better for your family, and knowing that I'm such a great place that with such great people gave me a tremendous peace, and knowing that I can call Manhattan home for a lot longer made me extremely emotional.
Are the Kansas State Wildcats the team to beat then in the Big 12 this year?
Ooh, Jack, I'm a true believer that until someone beats the top dog, the champ is a champ, and KU has been the champ in this league since I've been here. Regular season and postseason tournaments. They beat us last year and won the regular season title. We before we can start claiming wins and championships, we've got to beat them. And Bill does a great job. And yeah, they lost some quality players off their roster, but that had others there. And Missouri's very good, and Texas is going to be good, and Baylor's very good. Here's a neat little thing. Of the so-called 5 schools that everyone was talking about were going to get left out, 4 of them are going to be in the top 15 in the preseason polls in the country. So
incredible.
That tells you just the power of this league.
Always good to see you, Frank.
Thank you,
Best of
Jack.
luck to you, okay? Frank Martin, the Big 12 Coach of the Year, runner-up to Boeheim at Syracuse as the National Coach of the Year.